We know that the first episode of the Legacy of the First Blade DLC takes place in Macedonia thanks to the trophies that were released, but now we actually got some interesting locations in that area that could be DLC related. So I want to take a look at them in this video, and there are way more interesting things going on. So let's get into it. If you enjoy that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. For one of the Legacy of the First Blade trophies, we have to kill ancients in the order of hunters in Macedonia, implying that that is where we will go in December when the first DLC episode releases. And if we look at Macedonia, you see that there's just not much there. Like, I can totally see the DLC fill up the region with new points of interest. But there are already some weird locations that look similar to what we saw in the small Legacy of the First Blade teaser. We got Aaron, who reached out to me on Twitter, showing a very interesting temple that we can see in the trailer as well. It's over here on the map, like under the fast travel spots. And we see a very small encampment outside, but if you go inside, you see that this could be a location where someone or maybe multiple people are living. We see a campfire, some place to sit, this weird table with documents with blood like on the wall. We got multiple beds, so right now there is nobody, but it could very well be the place where we meet Darius. Where we end up after falling through the ground, because if we look at the ceiling, we see that it barely holds together. So I totally think that this could be the place. On the other hand, I hope this is not where Darius lives, because my fight with the mercenary Valaska totally wrecked the place. But we cannot be sure yet, because if we look again at the post-launch content trailer where this teaser was shown, we do see like more rocks there than there are now, but it also lines up way too much with the pillars, the cracks in the ceiling. Maybe the DLC takes place a few months or years after the events of Odyssey, just like we saw with Origins and the Hidden Ones DLC, that this area is slightly different. There's, by the way, also this second room you can access by sliding, and it only has this trap in the middle of it, some lootable objects, but that is it. Like, what is the purpose of this location if it wasn't something that is going to be used in the DLC? I mean, we will find out if there will be indeed a meaning to this soon. So yes, the mercenary I fought here had a lion, and these animals do have a history in Macedonia, as they used to roam the area with a lot of lion hunts like being popular in the country. So I imagine that we will fight a lot of lions in the first episode of the DLC. It makes sense now that we got to hunt the Order of Hunters. Maybe they got some tamed animals as well. And we also got the trophy for the Macedonian Lion. So yes, this could totally be some sort of special lion, but also a general or something. Remember how Nicholas was the Wolf of Sparta? Could be similar here as well. We got Archive 1976, who mentioned in the comments that this could be one of the nicknames from Alexander the Great, so might be revolving around a quest line featuring his family, as Alexander was of course not born in the time of Odyssey. I found this mercenary in my game, Zergas the Lynxman, with this animal hat that we don't have in the game right now, while all the mercenaries like have gear that you can find in the game and use yourself. So I would not be surprised if we could get this lion headgear in the DLC, as it falls in line with the hunting and the lions that seem to be prominent in Macedonia. There's also another very strange location in Macedonia that could be linked to the DLC. Matt found this blocked entrance over here on the map, but strange is that you can shoot arrows through it, implying that there might be an area behind it. Would not be surprised if that opened up when we got the DLC installed. But yeah, I don't think that all the episodes of the Legacy of the First Blade will be in Macedonia. It will likely also contain areas that we haven't visited yet. Dynasty Gamer made a good point. He reached out to me on Twitter, saying that the whole area like behind Focus and Malice is grayed out. Well, it could totally be something that opens up in future episodes, because why not cut off the map there? And it also is linked to Macedonia, like relatively close by, so I can totally see that happen. To prepare for the DLC, there is something interesting you can do, namely play the Blind King mission. That was a pre-order bonus for the game, but is now also available via the Ubisoft Club section, so go there and claim it if you haven't already. This quest namely contains an interesting story that is connected to Darius, the wielder of the first Hidden Blade of course, and we will meet him of course in the Legacy of the First Blade. So you start that Blind King mission called Prince of Persia over here in Megaris. Talk to this guy that looks a lot like Darius. Yes, like many people reached out to me about this. Eric was the most recent one on Twitter, sharing a comparison. But no, while he is connected to Darius, it's not him. So for this quest, we got to go to 5 sync points on the map and then report back just ask where it is, and then you can say that you've already been there, if you of course already did. I won't spoil the end of the quest, because I want you to experience that for yourself if you haven't already. But after like going to 2 of these locations, you learn that Darius was hired to kill this man named Artaxerxes, because he and his brother are the last living sons of King Xerxes. And Xerxes, that king, is of course who killed Leonidas. And Darius, who was hired to kill this man, also killed King Xerxes.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any Persia had known. He was also the man hired to kill me.
So yes, play the quest for the full story, and there's also an interesting choice at the end, and I'm curious if that will have an impact on the DLC in any way, because again, it is connected. So totally play this mission if you haven't already. So like I said, there are just a few locations in Macedonia right now, but one of them might be connected as well. It's called Xerxes Sacrifice of the Nine, and you actually find some enemies here, a tablet that you can use for your ship upgrades. Love this assassination, by the way, with the beautiful view in the background. But yeah, I easily killed all the enemies here and thought it was an interesting place. Like right now there's nothing else, but that name might be connected somehow. We also recently discussed the new abilities that Ubisoft teased that will be part of the DLC, and I asked you to share what you thought these unknown icons would mean. So for the Dead Veil, the assassin ability that is linked to a trophy and achievement, people think that this might mean that it will disappear the body, so that if you kill the enemy with this ability, the body will disappear. Would be nice for an assassin for sure. Chilrona and David said that in the comments of that ability video, and there are also suggestions for the new warrior ability that I can totally see happen. Like, I totally like them, but they are spoilers for the main story of the game, so I will highlight that at the end of the video. We also got the Breaking the Limit trophy, asking you to land a rush assassinate that chains 4 times with the Pride of the Lion. So yes, the Pride of the Lion could be some sort of passive effect that you need to have active when using the rush assassinate. But now looking at the new abilities Ubisoft teased, I think it's way more likely that it's a new enemy faction that we have to kill, that you need to chain this ability to 4 of these lion-inspired enemies to unlock it. Of course, if you find some interesting things while exploring Macedonia before the DLC is out, reach out to me on Twitter at JorRaptor or Instagram JorRaptor or in the comments of this video. So yes, we're gonna take a look at that potential warrior ability in a second, but first, of course, my journey to get the freaking Hades Lieutenant. Every day I'm reminded that it's possible to get this guy from an Olympian gift. Flyer sent me this on Instagram, and Tal showed him in the game. This could be me though. So subscribe for everything Odyssey, of course. Like this video to support the channel. Check out my recent video on a new weapon Ubisoft added by clicking on the screen. And now let's get to the equals of the Olympian store. We're actually gonna open 2 Olympian gifts today. I feel my luck today. Let's see. If you followed the previous videos, then you know that I got a ton of epic items. So that means that the next one, like this one, should be a legendary. Like, the chances are higher. I say it every time. Want to remind you of that. So that means that, yeah, we have to be lucky. Let's see what we got. An epic, of course. Atlantean Mace. Hunter damage, all damage, crit damage. Not a bad mace. But of course, legendary weapons are still better if you want that extra legendary perk on top of the engraving. I would say though, this is not bad. Extra already all damage, of course, is really nice. I don't think it's on one of the hunter weapons that we got in the game, the legendary hunter weapons, of course. But yeah, not what I want. Like, in the end, a cool mace and all. But let's spend my final orichalcum. Let's see. We need it. It has to be. This has to be it. Ooh. It's time. No. God damn it. Pylgrian helmet, and I butchered that. Warrior and hunter damage. Working on a hunter warrior damage set, by the way. Crit chance while full health. This is actually a nice addition to that. So in that case, for that build, it's nice. For my journey to get the freaking Hades Lieutenant, it's not. Like, I mean, I will open before the weekly reset. So then I get, of course, a ton of other orichalcum. I will likely open one more in another video that will be coming before the weekly reset stream and video. So yeah, that has to be it, or otherwise it will not be this week. It will not be this week since the weekly reset. I did not get one legendary item. That's pretty insane actually. So yeah, spoiler right now for the family story of Odyssey. So that new warrior ability Ubisoft teased, this icon with the angel wings and the shock sort of blade, it could be the attack that we see Demos do in your fight against him or her. There are 2 boss battles, the final one is optional, I did not get that one, but it looks like there is a more advanced version of this ability as well. So this sort of jump attack where you slam on the ground, maybe that advanced version is an upgraded version of this ability, because we of course know that you can upgrade it. So you would think that since they already got the animations in place, that this could be something that we will be able to do ourselves as well. I would be down for that, thanks to Joshua Miller and JD in the comments for noting this. So yes, again, subscribe for everything Odyssey if you haven't already. Like this video to support channel, check out my previous video on the new weapon Ubisoft added, and also how to level up fast to level 70, the new max level. And I will of course speak to you next time. Goodbye!